What's going on, you guys? This is your boy RBG, aka the Random Black Gamer, bringing you another video on the upcoming Michael Bay Transformers movie. While we wait to see if we're gonna get any official news from Paramount Pictures and Michael Bay himself, we're gonna continue to come up with our own videos to keep the hype going. As you guys are aware, we have that movie coming down the pipeline, as well as a fan-made project by the name of Transformers Rise of Unicron, which is gonna continue off where we left with Transformers The Last Knight. And hopefully this upcoming Michael Bay movie does the same, or at least tries to pivot and do a course correction on some of the things that fans didn't like about the later films, such as Transformers Age of Extinction and The Last Knight. But anyways, before we jump into the topic at hand, I want to ask you guys to do me the biggest favor and like this video. Yeah, I know it's a bit annoying getting this request at the very beginning of a video before you watch it in its entirety, but YouTube's algorithm encourages it. So if you rock with your boy and you know I'm going to bring that awesome content, then smash that like button. But if by any chance you feel like you wasted 10 minutes of your time that you can't get back, then feel free to retract that like and give it a dislike. Just rate the video. But yeah, guys, we are still waiting to get something in regards to this Michael Bay film and actually get the confirmation from him himself that he is indeed working on it. Right now, there's just been a lot of talk and speculation going on the internet because, like I said, that's the only thing that we have to go off of. And it seems like anytime somebody that was formerly associated with this movie makes some kind of move or posts something cryptic that suggests that they are in fact involved with the movie, we go into speculation mode. Which, can you really blame us if these celebrities are so willing to go out of their way and specifically mention things that correlate to the original Bay films? Do you think that people are just gonna sit idly by and just say, must be them just harkening back to the good old days? No, that's a telltale sign that something is definitely happening and it's gonna be utter chaos. But anyways, the last time we talked about this, we mentioned Shia LaBeouf possibly alluding to his potential return to the franchise because he's been away the longest. We haven't seen this guy since Transformers Dark of the Moon, which released almost 15 years ago. Fast forward to 2025, we see him posting on his X account, which he rarely ever does, a photo of him and the GOAT himself, Peter Cullen, which, as you would imagine, caused an uproar on the internet because once again, it's been a while since Shia LaBeouf has been associated with the franchise and you rarely hear him talk about it at all. And since Michael Bay is back in the director's chair, it's led many to believe that Shia LaBeouf, Megan Fox, and even Mark Wahlberg could all be making a return on some Avengers Endgame type stuff. If we're going to be honest, a lot of Hollywood films within the comic book and superhero genre haven't been doing that well, and companies like Marvel and Paramount have been desperately trying to get back to those great heights that they reached at the box office. So they've been digging in that old toy chest to bring out the likes of Chris Evans, and now we could potentially be seeing the likes of Shia LaBeouf return as Sam Witwicky, which, if you ask me, would be the perfect alley-oop for Michael Bay, since this guy is a master at marketing and he knows how to present these trailers that are going to get people interested in the movie, even though they're pretty much aware of what they're going to be getting, which is a lot of action and mindless explosions with little story or explanations at all. But that turn your brain off popcorn flick approach is what landed them so many seats in theaters and got them billions of dollars at the box office. And as you can imagine, they are probably looking to go back to that style. While they've tried to replicate it for later films like Transformers Bumblebee and Transformers Rise of the Beast, they still didn't quite hit the same because Michael Bay has his own signature style of action that cannot be duplicated. To this day, his live action Transformers films, or at least the first 3 installments, are some of the best looking films that we've ever seen, and it's a testament to his keen eye for detail. Like, this is the guy that showed us it was even possible to bring these sentient metal beings to life in a live action movie. Not only that, but he actually showed Marvel that they could do the same for Iron Man, because if you guys remember, Marvel was being produced by Paramount Pictures. Like, they were the ones who made those first few movies, which included the first Marvel's Avengers movie. So it really comes as no surprise that Michael Bay's style of Transformers action has yet to be duplicated. But anyways, like I did in my previous video, I want to give a major shout out to the Alfonso Nation because they were the ones who actually picked up on this big story revolving around Shia LaBeouf and his possible inclusion in this new Michael Bay Transformers project. He's also a fellow Transformers YouTuber like myself who does some some awesome content, so I really think you guys should check him out. But I also wanted to just give him a shout out because he actually kicked off things once again in regards to certain things pertaining to Michael Bay's Transformers film by having Michael Bay himself interact with his post on Twitter in regards to Shia LaBeouf possibly making a return. And Mr. Nation was quick to take to his X account saying, well, that's all I needed. I believe it now and I'm losing it. And obviously that's sarcastic because I don't think he believes for a second that it is, especially considering the fact that he says, I refuse to believe it until confirmed, taking it as a rumor, but we might be so back. If anything, I feel like this is a confirmation that Michael Bay is at least back to direct the movie, right? Because like I said, these people usually aren't as active on Twitter like that, and to see that we've gotten so many things happen over the course of getting this announcement that Michael Bay is back, such as Tyrese saying that he's been on the phone with Michael Bay, Josh Duhamel saying that he wishes to return to the franchise, and now Michael Bay himself liking a post in regards to Shia LaBeouf potentially returning. Come on, man, that says a lot. And as one would expect, we did have a lot of people in the comments saying that, hey, it's not that deep. He could just be liking this post because he was able to see Shia LaBeouf and Peter Cullen together, which I feel like wasn't a lot, because it's important to keep in mind that actual actors in these movies, they kind of get that center stage spotlight put on them, especially at a lot of red carpet events, as opposed to the voice actors who, if I'm not mistaken, they were at the red carpet event, but I don't think they were just featured as prominently as the main stars, which are the real Hollywood celebrities. And something else that I want to note is the fact that Michael Bay was notorious for trying to throw fans off of the scent of his projects, especially when it came to certain details regarding characters. Because if you guys remember back in the mid-2000s when it was announced that a live-action Transformers movie was being made, certain people were able to gain access to the files in regards to the characters who were going to be featured in it. So to prevent this from ever happening again, Michael Bay made it a point to misname certain concept arts, which is why we saw so many concept arts for Sentinel Prime floating around the internet that featured the name Ultra Magnus, and the same can be said for Shockwave, who featured the name Blitzwing. It was just a clever way for him to dupe the fans into believing something it was not, even though we clearly knew what Shockwave looked like and that he was going to be one of the characters featured in Dark of the Moon. They also swapped out Sentinel Prime's character model with Shockwave to avoid giving away that big reveal that Sentinel had turned on the Autobots in the movie. So yeah, it's important to take all those things into consideration and realize that we won't know the actual facts until we hear it straight from the horse's mouths. But anyways, what are your thoughts on this? Do you feel like Michael Bay liking Alfonso Nation's post could be an indication that the rumors about Shia LaBeouf returning to the franchise are true, or do you feel like it's just a way for him to throw people off from the actual things that are going to take place in this movie? Let me know in the comment section below. As always, I ask you like or dislike the video. It doesn't have to be a thumbs up, it can be a thumbs down. But if you really enjoyed this video, it would help me out tremendously if you shared it with all your friends and followers on all the different social media platforms. Sharing is caring. But once again, this is your boy RBG signing out on another video. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.